when you were first playing and go, I thought I knew a lot, but I know a lot more now?
Man, you have no idea. The game of football has opened my eyes up so much, and it's also taught me like a big piece about life and just how to go about things.
What's the biggest life lesson you learned?
I honestly don't think I'm saying right, but what I'm trying to say is just like coaches are gonna always coach you up and they're gonna coach you hard, but you can't look at it as like they're targeting you. Everything they're doing is just trying to like, get you to a better place and make you a better athlete than what you already are. So a lot of people kind of hurt themselves by not taking the coaching the correct way and taking it a negative way. So going on through my years of college, I've always trying to look at whatever the coach says is positive and look in the mirror and see what can I do to get better.
That's pretty good advice.
He's awesome. He's a wise dude, and he's fun to coach every day. I'm glad he's getting some success, and I mean that. He's why you get in the business. I mean,
Yes, sir.
I usually have to deal with the knuckleheads, and there's not many on this roster, but most of my time was dealing with those guys, and it's always good to the radio show because those guys are always such good people, and they're having great years. They wouldn't be at the radio show.
What was the culture part that got you to UTSA when you visited here and said, this is where I need to finish up my career?
There's a lot of times, just having those relationships with the coaches. When you can go into a place and the coaches make it feel like home, like it's already family, it's very easy for you to buy into the culture there and be able to take the coaching and buy into what they're trying to teach you. So when I got here to UTSA, it felt like very loving, very welcoming, and I like what they were preaching here.
What are you doing classroom-wise in the future for you? What do you want to do, either football-wise or after football?
The main goal is always trying to go to the NFL. But like, if I don't make it in football, then I'll try and like use my communications major to make connections and stuff like that to really get into what's the word I'm looking for? Really get into like investments and stuff like that.
Okay.
And I want to be able to make my money work for me. You know what I'm saying? I've been one of those people where like I don't like having a boss and I don't like working for other people. So whatever I do, I'm probably gonna start my own business or something, or make a crazy investment that's gonna pay off for me in the long run.
Do you have any things you want to be an entrepreneur about? Some kind of an idea for a business?
A few of them. Like I have a few friends from back home. We have like a little clothing brand we be doing, and just little stuff like vending machines and drop shipping, stuff like that.
Big 2 games coming up with a chance to go bowling in December, so I know that's big on this team's mind.
Yes, sir. Both of them are big 2. They both must wins to us, you know what I'm saying? We don't ever go out there feeling like we're going to lose or nothing like that, but these are definitely 2 that we must have just to end the season we want to end it.
What's it like from your perspective to play in the Alamo Dome with our crowd and band and everything?
Just being all across the world and traveling to other different stadiums, like, it's just something that the Dome brings. I promise you, it's a different type of intensity. And, like, I have friends that came and played in the Dome, and I've always chopped it up with them afterwards, and they're just like, man, I don't know what it is, but it's just so loud in there, it's hard to focus. Like, the stadium post in the Dome is really crazy.
That's awesome. John, thanks so much for joining us. Best of luck, and go
Yes,
make
sir.
another couple of sacks here the last couple of weeks of the
Appreciate
season.
you. Thank you for having me.
All right.
Papa John.
That's John Jones, right? UTSA star to visit with. Welcome to the show. Thanks for being out here tonight.
Thank you for having me.
Let's talk about the offensive line, and you in particular, starting right tackle this year. And you've been through a lot in your years at UTSA, playing both guard and tackle, I think on both sides of the ball. So take us through the maturation of you and how comfortable you are playing right tackle this year.
I came in at right tackle when I was a freshman, moved to left tackle halfway through the year. From there, just started moving around left guard, right guard, tackle, kind of anywhere they needed a spot to be filled. And so I was going into this year, I was comfortable playing tackle anyway, left or right. And so when I found out in spring when I was going to be playing right tackle, I just, was comfortable, ready, and just wanted to attack it.
With a left-handed quarterback, you're the blindside guy, so that's an added responsibility, isn't it?
Yes, sir, it is. I always tell Owen I'm going to do everything I can to protect him and, give him as much time as possible. So
you and Ben Rios came to UTSA together, and that's a fun relationship that you guys have had since way back in your high school days.
Yes, sir. I met Ben 6th grade at San Antonio Academy. Found out we're going to go to the same high school together, and then that's really when the brotherhood between us started to grow. And when recruiting was happening senior year, we had talked about possibly going to the same place. And then when UTSA offered, I told him that's where I'm going to commit, and he was like, "Well, I'll go with you." And it's amazing having something like that to lean on, support, and whenever he gets low, I pick him back up. When I'm low, he picks me back up, and we just bounce off each other well.
Yeah, he's one of my favorite stories. You talk about a wonderful, wonderful human. I remember recruiting him, his mother, Paula, his sister, Tia. I remember them being in my office. We were in the old race, wasn't race, whatever we called it, PE building.
Yeah.
And I remember when I offered them, I don't remember the sister or mom, but one of them started crying. And their whole family's here tonight, his son, his fiance, and it's a he's a special kid, and I know Central Catholic is extremely, extremely proud of him. Him and Ben are fantastic. They're great representatives of our city. One's a starting center, one's a starting right tackle, but they're better people than they are even football players, and they're really, really good football players.
So, DeAndre, take us. You've seen it all at UTSA, from the humble beginnings of the PE building to the spectacular race facility, and you're a part of that, and you're part of the foundation that's going to carry this legacy on for however long sports exist at UTSA. So talk about that and how cool that's been for you to see that growth.
Kind of going back to when I first got offered and committed, I remember sitting in the old office and being told, that this program is about to take off. And this is right before the 11-0 start conference championships. And, I had full faith in it, and being told, you're going to be a building block for that was something special. So it's been amazing being able to live up to that expectation and just every year try to build upon what we have created.
One of my favorite things I'm looking forward to, now I'll be 75 or 80 when this happens, is when him, Ben, those guys are going to live in San Antonio. They're going to, when the guys that help build this thing get to the age where they can start giving back, this place it already means so much to them. They're going to make sure this place gets to where I want it to get to.
Right.
I might not live long enough to see it, but these guys are going to get to see it, and it's going to be exciting for me that they're going to be able to say, this is always what Coach Traylor wanted, and we're going to help him get it there.
And how important is that to you to fulfill that legacy?
It's way up there. Like I said, UTSA gave me that opportunity. I was the most recruited kid coming out of high school, so them taking a chance on me meant a lot to me, and it's definitely something I can't wait to repay in the future.
I used to tease Ben. I said, Ben, I know everybody thinks you're the superstar and DeAndre's just your friend that tags along. I said, he's going to be better than you, and he used to be so mad at me, but it's interesting how good those two have gotten.
And I think also you look at the offensive line this year, knock on wood, it's been relatively healthy for a good chunk of the year. And I know Jeff in past shows has credited that to the nutrition plan and the weight prep plan and all that in kind of together. Talk about, you guys got to eat to weigh what you weigh, and have to eat the right stuff and then go get conditioned in the weight room.
Oh yeah, definitely this last off season, getting a new nutritionist, Paul. He's amazing. The depth he goes into talking about what the right foods are to put into your body, and even going into the snacks you want to eat, knowing that usually O-linemen eat a lot more than the rest. Like telling us the right things to eat. I remember meeting with him pretty early on and him telling me, just make sure you eat this before you go to bed if you want a snack. That helped a lot. And then the new strength conditioning approach that we have taken has been a big factor as well. Just the extra stuff we've done in preparation and warm-ups, and you really feel loose. You feel like this is the best I've felt so far. So it's been good.
Have you learned to eat something you didn't think you were going to like?
Cottage cheese, honestly, I never tried it, but it didn't look good.
Yeah, no, it doesn't look good.
And so I had asked Paul if I could get, because he told me he eats it with buffalo sauce before he goes to bed. And so I asked him if he could bring me something. I wanted to, get a taste of it. And that was something I was shocked that I actually ended up enjoying.
Care Bear loves cottage cheese. I still hadn't come around to
I
it
have.
yet.
It's a look thing, isn't it?
I'm the same way, and the texture as well.
It may be good, but I don't know because I
It
haven't
is
gotten around to
interesting.
eating it.
Paul's got us all eating and trying different stuff. We need to get Paul. Man, he is awesome. He is such a neat young man, and he works so hard for these kids. Has smoothies for you name it, and he's a one-man show. Now he's got some kids that help him in the school, but he's a one-man show, and he is really invested in our players.
All right.
I want him to finish well so bad. This is a really good group of kids. They're better than they played. I'm the coach. I got to get them there. But, man, I want them to finish good. I love these kids. They're a great team.
I know, DeAndre, not every program in the world has a coach like Jeff and a culture like that. What's it like living that every day?
Oh, I'm blessed. And I think every player on our team is blessed to have a coach like Coach Traylor, and especially the position group coaches too, the level of care and knowledge that they have. Every position coach knows my name. I know all of theirs. They all check up on me, make small talk with me. They all know I have a son. They ask me how he's doing. And I've asked old teammates I've had that have gone elsewhere, what's it like there? And they say it's nothing like that. I've heard people come into UTSA saying that this is a different culture, it's a different environment. The level of love and brotherhood that you guys have here is unlike anything else. And, it's special. And that's another big factor of coming in. I talked to Luke Lopez when he was a freshman. He told me that was a big selling point, was that just the closeness that the whole team has is what's special.
All right. Thanks so much for joining us tonight. Best of luck against East Carolina and Army to finish out the season, and hopefully a bowl game as well.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Appreciate you, DeAndre. Great job, son.
DeAndre Marshall with us out here. Carolina is the 14th best offense in the nation. And, Jeff, talk about the Pirates and the challenge ahead for the UTSA on Saturday afternoon.
Yeah, they snap it. I think they're like 11th in the country in how fast they snap it. Quarterback's really good. You know, Hauser was kind of rotating last year when we played him, but now he's been starting, you know, the last 7 games of the year last year plus these 10. He can really play. The tailback's really good. 2 really good receivers on the outside, 1 and 9. Really impressed. Their offensive line coach is Matt Maddox, who worked for us in the very beginning here. So those C's done a great job. He came from Ole Miss. His name is John David Baker. You can just tell the kids really understand that spread, go fast, tempo offense, and they spread it around. As you said, they're 14th in the country, score about 34 points a game. And they're really excited. They're a fun team to watch, unless you've got to play them.
Yeah, exactly, unless you're their opponent. We saw last year when we were at East Carolina how important football is to that community.
Yep.
And they travel, too. It's like UTSA fans. There's going to be some of them here. And I saw the tailgate scene and the scene the night before downtown.
It was awesome.
It's pretty awesome.
I agree. It's like being at a P4 game. They've been playing football since 1930. You know, they played a lot of football, and they played a lot of great football. They got a lot of tradition, championships, proud program, and you can just feel it. And that win they had over Memphis, I was rooting for Memphis because I wanted them to not have a shot at the championship. But now they still got a shot. They're going to be coming here gunning towards us.
And are they better than they were last year?
Yeah, they are. But luckily we're at the Alamo Dome. We hope this will give us something. It's hard to play up there. Tough place to play.
All right, so let's turn our attention to something else that's happened.
Let's talk to a champion over here.
Yeah, we got the conference. We got a conference champion coach here. Derek Pittman helped with the help of a really talented roster win the American Conference Championship a week ago from Sunday. Congrats on that. The trophy's out here, and I know you're really proud of this team, Derek. Thanks for being with us tonight.
No, I appreciate you guys.
Move that mic up just a little bit in front of you there.
I'll move it up. There you go.
There you go.
No, I mean, listen, this guy's put a couple trophies in the cabinet. I had to add
Catch
one
up.
as well. You know, so
That's 2 for him, too. We're tied now.
But he's got an American Conference one. You have 2 U.S. Conference USA ones.
Andy, I wasn't going to bring that up.
No, trust me, there are tons of great coaches that have never won any at any level, so it's hard to do.
Yeah.
I don't give a damn where you win them. If you win one, you better
You
enjoy
win 'em,
that
absolutely.
Amen. I carried that thing around. It doesn't leave my sight.
So take us. Well, I'm going to go back, and I mentioned this to you when you were doing the radio segment with me earlier in the week. When we were at South Florida, I flipped over to your game on our stat monitor, and I was like, it's 3-1. There's 4 minutes to go. Great season, not going to happen. Yep. And then 10 minutes later, it's 3-3. And so take us through a historic win at Memphis and then beating Rice to get the conference championship.
Well, I mentioned it to you on the radio. Like from the very get-go, opening weekend of this past season against Houston and TCU, we learned real quickly about our team that they're tough as hell and they don't quit and they fight for every inch. And they've done it all season long. We've had numerous situations where we've come back from either being down or being tied and finding a way to win or holding on to results that are really, really tight and narrow. And like Jeff says all the time, like, winning's freaking hard. It doesn't matter what level you're trying to do it at, with what type of kids. We talked about at the very beginning of the season. We have 8 kids on our roster of 28 that had ever played a Division I college soccer game. We had 12 true freshmen. We had 8 transfers coming in that were either junior college or redshirt freshmen that came in. So we were extremely young with a lot of inexperience, but what they lacked in inexperience, they absolutely made up for in commitment and dedication and just overall toughness each and every time. And so it, against Memphis, it absolutely came true. Our kids never gave up. They had given everything they had at that point in time, being down 3-1 with 5 minutes to go. You got to get a little bit of luck going your way, but our kids make their luck, and because they put themselves in the right position and they work their tails off. And it was a great pass from Aaliyah Durden into BB to get the goal to put it 3-2, and then the best thing was awesome. They had just taken the 2 best players from Memphis off the field, and 30 seconds later they put them right back on. and then we earned a set piece opportunity. Michelle Polo took it with 2.5 minutes to go. Cam Closa did what she always does, gets herself in the mix, made a little bit of a mess, and Aaliyah Durden was there to put her 4th goal in to send us into overtime. And then going into the shootout, we had a ton of confidence, and the kids did exactly what they were supposed to do in that moment and helped us pull off a huge result.
And then you get to Texas Tech, and it was 1-0, and then a few minutes later you tied the game, but couldn't kind of hang on a very good Red Raider team.
No, Tom Stone at Tech has done a phenomenal job. He's been there 19 years. He's had them constantly in the top 25 in the country. I think their RPI this year is like 16th. They had the best goals against average in the Big 12. So they're always going to be difficult to score on. They're very, very good with the ball. They have some talented players. But again, our kids fought like crazy to be in that match. Phenomenal. Again, some luck going our way, but a phenomenal job of Jasmine Kessler to get that goal. I was worried I was going to have Jeff calling me and needed a kicker. But no, I mean, for her to be able to flip the field the way she does and does, be able to launch a ball 50, 60 yards into some really dangerous areas, it helped us, but unfortunately we just ran out of legs in the end, and they were able to get a goal to put them up 2-1. So
it was our fault. We jinxed them. We were in the hotel, and we had the game set up in the training room.
Right.
And it started out with just a few of the trainers and the hurt players, and then we realized that they were watching the game in there, and it ended up being packed out with the whole football team in there. And we got into it, and it was 1-0. We were all disheartened. Then it was 1-1. And now I had to make the dang decision. Were we the reason they were in the game, or were we going to cost them the game? So we left, had to go to a team meeting, and I had the trainer stay in there to let me know. And then when they got beat, I'm like, it's my fault. We should have stayed in there and tried to help them get through that thing.
See, little did I know. Little did I
We
know.
were cheering hard in the training room and where we were in doggone Charlotte.
Both of you were our culture guys. Jeff's created a culture here. You were Lisa's first hire back in 2017 or 18, and this is you have to have the right culture to have this success.
Absolutely. Jeff has his triangle of toughness. We have kind of what we call our ball of bravery, if you will. But, our three core values of team, grit, and integrity, and our kids live out that each and every day. It's our DNA. It's what we recruit to. It's how we behave every single day and how we go about building championship habits. And that's what our players are all about and what we have been very, very reliant on.
Yeah, they're fun to watch. I mean, they are fun. And I make it out there every year to watch them. Our players go more than I do. They like going out there watching it, but I try to make a couple a year, and every time I go out there, what he teaches, you see it, and that's what culture is. It's not always pretty. It's not always high scoring. His girls are so good on defense, which gives them a chance to be in every ball game. It's really a testament to Derek and what he's done and created, just how gritty his girls always are.
You have a great roster, but you have a great story with Bree Carrington, who was hurt, came back, decided not to redshirt this year, and ended up helping you get to where you got.
Yeah, Bree's a phenomenal kid. Very, very proud of her. We knew even last year as a freshman in 24 that she had some special qualities. It was unfortunate with her injury that she suffered over Labor Day weekend, but she fought back, for the last 15 months, if you will, to bust her tail to get herself to where she was. We had hoped that she would be available a little bit earlier in the year in September, but just her rehab took a little bit longer to get her where she needed to be. But we had a meeting about 5 games left in the season. We just talked about, hey, do we want to redshirt you again and get another year back, or do we want to put yourself in? And she was adamant, Coach, I just want to be a part of this. This team is special. I want to just play my part. And boy, did she. I obviously played a huge part scoring the third penalty against Memphis to send us through that round, and then to get the game winner against Rice in the championship match on overtime was huge. And we're excited about her as we continue to move forward.
Time to hit the recruiting trail and do it again next year, right?
Transfer portal opened up yesterday, and so that's what we've been doing for the last 48 hours. So for the next month, we've just been grinding, trying to bring in the next kids and see what we can do to keep turning this roster over.
It's great when, I don't care what the sport is, when you win a championship, a conference championship, that's the standard, and if you can go on beyond that, that's the gravy, isn't it?
Yeah, it doesn't hurt to have that trophy in the cabinet to be able to attract top players here, and that's what we've been fortunate enough to do, and we want to keep doing it here.
Awesome. Derek, thanks so much. Continued success, and we'll look forward to more conversations like that and more trophies.
I appreciate it,
Congrats,
Andy.
DP.
All
Thanks,
right,
Jason.
Derek Pittman with us out here, the UTSA. there were some wrinkles in it, and you showed it against Charlotte the other day, and a great run by Will.
It's funny because, Frank Valdez drew me up a play out of the tush push last week. And, of course, I wasn't going to tell him exactly what our play was. I said, we've got something, Frank. We just haven't called it yet. It's going to come in a very critical situation. And I didn't know we were going to have to do it then, but we needed a play to get the momentum, and I thought that would hit, and it did.
Any other plays stand out?
You got to talk about our defense. I mean, they just made so many plays. I thought the sacks by Kenny and by John, and even James Wally had a sack. The interception by Ty Milton. I know I'm giving you more than one.
Yeah, the Ty Milton was the run back. Even though the game was pretty much over at that point, but he still ran it back 46 yards.
Still made us feel good. We were all thinking, is there some other way we can blow one? We blew one in Tulsa one time. It was way, way more out of hand than this one was.
Yeah.
So I wasn't, until we got in victory formation, I wasn't counting anything, Andy.
We haven't seen Owen run it a lot, but the naked bootleg play I thought was pretty cool too.
Yeah, it was just one of those things that was just there. It's one of those things you don't even tell the team. You just tell Owen.
Yeah. Everybody go that way. I'm going this way.
And he's the only one that knew. The other 10 think we handed off to Will right now.
Yeah. You put Isaiah Butler Tanner in the game for a play, and he made a big block.
Yeah, Dan, he got banged up a little bit. So, him and Houston led him down the sideline on that, so that was big.
How important was it to get some of the young players in the game and get them snaps and also at the same time preserve their red shirts?
Yeah, we've tried to be smart and get all of our guys red-shirted that wanted to do it, and that's always tough. We didn't play Ahmad in the game, one of our best corners, because we're trying to get him red-shirted and all that kind of stuff. So, yeah, that's just I'm the biggest advocate for trying to get it to be 5 for 5 because I get tired of this. I mean, so you can play 4
right,
and a conference championship and a bowl game and the playoffs. So you can play
7 or 8 games.
Near 7 or 8, but we can't play 12. I mean,
right.
What are we doing?
Yeah, just play 5 years. That would make it easier for everyone. I don't know if this is a secret yet or not, but are we wearing black again, or what do the players want?
Yeah, our leadership council wants to be back in black, so we're gonna be back in it.
Yeah, the players love that, don't they?
They do love black. Any school I've ever coached at, they love we go black, and anytime we play an opponent, they always seem to play better when they're in black.
This game, we've talked earlier about the fact that it is a chance for East Carolina to still be in contention for the playoffs or the championship game. And whether it's North Texas or Navy or whoever else is a part of that mix with them, Tulane's still in the mix as well. This is a big game for them, and they very well much know the mystique of what we've accomplished in the Alamo Dome, so they've got even more incentive.
Yeah, I was rooting for Memphis, to be very honest with you, and those guys have done a great job there since he's taken over. Blake took over in the middle last year somewhere, and, man, they've been hot as heck since he's taken over as coach.
You mentioned we talked about Caden Hauser, their quarterback, and he's the guy, not just the rotating guy. How much better has he gotten, and what scares you about him coming into the game?
His accuracy, very quick delivery. You can't get to him. He gets the ball out too quick, and if you do get to him, his feet, he can really run. They do a good job. They run him some, but they spread the ball around, very unselfish. Tight end's really good, too. They got some good receivers, good tight end, good back. They got good players at every position. They're well coached.
And a new coach this year for them as well. How much, I think it's Graham Harrell, how much does that change things with what they do?
We got to do DC, but it's still similar. It's not the same as when he was doing it, but it's similar. They're very good. As I told you, they're top 15 in defense as well. I would just say they execute. They've got really good players, and he has them playing at a level of how hard, as good as anybody in the country.
Your offense was clicking a lot last week. What do you, I guess, when you see the film and see how well they were running the ball, Devin's touchdown where he dove for the end zone, just a lot of good things happened. How do you continue to carry that over, or do you feel confident that will happen?
Yeah, we have to. We've got to. We got to protect him and let him throw the ball down the field. And, Devin's been gimped up all year, but, man, he always shows up on a game day, gives the best he can. And him and A.J. and David had really big ball games. And tight ends, all of them. We were bad in the red zone. And I think I saw East Carolina's like 8th ranked in the country in red zone defense. So it's not getting easier this week.
Yeah. All right. Keys to the game.
Oh, man, their defense is so physical and so violent. We got to take care of the football. Secondly, our defense has got get them down. I mean, they snap it so fast. We got to tackle very well. And our special teams, our kickoff team has been so poor. It's just so disappointing. That's got to get cleaned up. That's really got me frustrated. We've cleaned up dang near everything. We got to get that one cleaned up.
All right. Thanks so much. Enjoy the Saturday. Hopefully you'll win, and talking about that Saturday afternoon after the game.
Appreciate you, brother. God bless. Birds up.
All right, that's Jeff Traylor. That's tonight's Jeff Traylor Radio Show. We're back out again next Tuesday, also at 6:30 next week, because we've got basketball following the Coaches Show next week. Women's basketball tomorrow at Incarnate Word, 6:30 on 93.3 The Bull in San Antonio, the iHeart app, and on the UTSA Sports Network. And football this Saturday, when UTSA takes on East Carolina, will be on the air at 12:30, and the kickoff is at 2:30. Thanks to